the wills and testaments of the emperors. They were the only ones we could trust. If an emperor died, they come out with a piece of paper. They're right next to their boss, aren't they? That's where the Pontifex Maximus's office was, the head of all the temples, so they're right next to their boss. He was their king. So this cult comes from the time of Romulus. Vesta is the goddess of the family fire. All right, so you got a king. All right, and he's busy being a king. He's up in, killing animals. He's in, with the crops and everything. His sons are right next to him. The mothers are busy. We're making babies. We're cooking. Who's taking care of the fire? It's the girls. The girls. If the fire goes out, you starve to death. You freeze to death. You get very, very sick, sterile. And so the fire is important. So that's where this whole concept comes from. Let me show you where the girls lived. First century AD, this Travertine is on. Oh my
Patrici's family. E dove sta il virgine? Non Mary? Non lo so.
It's kind of stew. Vestal Virgins. Approximately 20 to 30 girls lived here at one time. 3 stories high all around. It must have been absolutely beautiful. They're right at the foot of the Palatine Hill where the emperors lived. Fire in 64 AD, when Nero was alive, really tore through this section of Rome. So you can still see in some of each girl had her own individual room. Some of the mosaics you can still see. So this is where the girls lived. Think of it like a convent kind of a thing. Now, the Vestal Virgins, let's talk about them. How do you become one? Your family gave you up. Between the age of 6 and 10, your family gave you to the city of Rome. It usually was a rich family. You could not have a defect on your body, not even a mole. You couldn't even have a mole on your body. Both parents had to be married. Both parents had to be living together. You got a lot of money. The family got a lot of money, and she had money set aside. So she enters into here between the age of 6 and 10. Up until the age of 14, she's learning how to be a Vestal Virgin. It's a very hard job. You have to know how to make the special flower. You have to know the rites of each temple and the dates and all that. From 14 to 22, you are one of the girls. You're one of the 6 girls. You're in the 2-wheel chariot. You get the best seats in the Colosseum. From 22 to 30, you're teaching the new girls coming in. So it's like a cycle. At 30, it's over. You're done. You can go have a good time for yourself. A lot of girls stayed here. There's some of the Hall of Fame of the ex-Vestal Virgins there. 6 emperors married ex-Vestal Virgins. It's considered good luck to be married to one. So what happened if you broke your vows? Yeah, it wasn't pretty at all. You never ever shed the blood of a Vestal Virgin. It's bad luck for the city of Rome. So we don't cut their heads off or anything. We simply buried them alive. They were buried alive. Right beyond Nero's tower was a field called the Evil Field. The girls were put in a grave. They were water and food for 2 days was put in with them, and then they were buried. Now, why would you give them water and food for 2 days? That's just cruel. Because maybe the goddess Vesta would come down and save them. Nobody was saved. Nobody was saved. Scoot over this way a bit. But 10 girls in 1,200 years broke their vows. That's a pretty good record. That's not bad at all. 10 girls in 1,200 years. So that's how long the cult lasted. What happened to the guy? Nothing. We just beat him in front of the Senate, and he could go home. So the guy, nothing happened to him. He was just beat a little bit. But the girls were buried alive, so that's what happened. 394 AD, it's all over. One of the emperor's sisters, Christianity's taken over. So she ripped all the girls' robes off and turned them into nuns, put crosses on them. Whoa. So the Vestal Virgins, the high priestesses of the city.